Have you ever considered going vegan, but then felt overwhelmed the more you thought about it? That's how I was at first. But now, over 2,200 days later, not only am I in the best shape of my life, I eat amazing food, and it's easily been one of the best decisions I've ever made. But it hasn't always been easy. So I'm gonna show y'all 6 incredibly valuable hacks that have made plant-based eating a piece of vegan pie. Now, I've gotten the chance to be vegan in lots of different cities, some easier than others. So to prove how useful these hacks are, I've decided to use them in one of the least vegan-friendly places I've ever been, the land of pizza, pasta, and fashion, Milan, Italy. Let's go.
All right, so this first hack, if you watch my channel, you know is a critical one, it's a basic one, but it is that important, and that's why I love to repeat it and show y'all how easy it is to do. And that's just because over and over and over again, especially when I talk to my non-vegan friends, they're always surprised when I tell them this hack. All right, so I actually came to this vegan bakery to film something for another video, but this is where I'm doing the first hack, and that is I got a soy milk latte. So one of the biggest concerns when someone goes vegan or starts eating more plant-based is, you know, where they're gonna get their protein from. And y'all, I cannot stress enough how easy doing something like drinking soy milk or having soy milk in your coffee makes getting protein. Because, you know, a lot of people like oat milk or almond milk, which are fine. And of course, like, as long as you're eating enough food, you really don't have to worry about protein. But if it's something that you are worried about, soy milk is an excellent option. Just one of these lattes gets you 10 grams of protein. Have 2 a day, that's 20 grams of protein. I like going to the gym, so it's a perfect way for me to get a little bit extra protein in during the day. It has a lot of the positive things that cow's milk offers, like calcium, protein. So yeah, I could not recommend soy milk enough to y'all. It's the original milk alternative, so let's give it the respect it deserves, you know?
The truth is, I regret worrying so much about protein when there are really so many easy ways to get it, and there's an even more important nutrient that I wish I'd spent my time worrying about instead, and we'll cover that in the next hack.
All right, so now that I'm in Italy, I think it's the perfect place to bring attention to another big hack that was a huge game changer for me. So, like, I'm here in one of the biggest grocery stores in the region, and they've got so many different vegan options. They've got your tofu, you've got tempeh, you've got vegan cheeses. Obviously, you've got a ton of the vegan milks as well. As far as the eye can see, I'm just kidding, it's just a section, but still a lot, ton. But the point is there are a lot of vegan products, and delicious vegan food has never been more accessible. But that brings me to the hack. Something that really shocks me about Italy is I've never been to a place that puts so much emphasis on eating something that we don't eat, we barely eat in the USA at all. For those of you who watch my channel, you know that that is legumes. I mean, here in Italy, you walk in anywhere, they've just got like chickpeas there, beans there. You know, this is just one section of the supermarket, but you'll be finding them everywhere. And they've got so much different variety of these different foods. And it's just part of the everyday diet. Like my Italian friends who aren't vegan at all, they're eating those consistently on a daily basis. And those are some of the healthiest foods you can eat. And so my point is yes, like the processed foods are amazing and they're tasty and they're convenient, but I never feel better than when I'm eating the legumes and the proper whole plant-based foods. You can prepare them in delicious ways. It's not a compromise on taste. And plus, if you get them in the canned versions, it's just as convenient. There's one more convenient hack I found here that I'm gonna show you. All right, because these Italians, they love legumes and pasta so much, they combine them. Here you go. You've got like chickpea pasta, red lentil pasta, you even got buckwheat pasta, you got pasta without gluten. You know, people think that, oh, in Italy, you're gonna be screwed if you can't eat wheat pasta, but it's actually the opposite. You don't think there are people here in Italy who are gluten intolerant or who are vegan? Of course there are. There are people with all types of different dietary needs here in Italy, and like pasta is one of the most important foods here, so of course you're gonna be making tons of different varieties so that everybody here can enjoy the cultural and traditional dishes. So if anything, it's one of the best places to find alternative pastas.
And even though you don't find Beyond Meat necessarily in the Italian grocery store, there are tons of different products made to imitate the sensation of eating meat. And one added benefit of eating lentils, chickpeas, and beans instead of something like meat alternatives is that they have the protein and iron you'd want to get from meat, but they also have a crazy amount of fiber, which around 97% of Americans don't get enough of. And high fiber intakes appear to reduce the risk of cancers of the colon and breast, diabetes, heart disease, obesity, and premature death in general. Which is why the biggest irony is that when people start eating a vegan diet, they think they need to base their diet around vegetables, like spinach. But that's a recipe for disaster. You'll miss out on a lot of key nutrients as well as calories. Instead, base your diet around legumes, and the vegetables should complement that.
All right, so one big source of anxiety for people when they're vegan is when they go somewhere new, like a festival or something, they have no idea what they're gonna eat. But the reality is there's vegan food hidden everywhere you go, even at random places that have no designation that there's gonna be anything vegan. So right now I'm at this giant festival here in Milan called Artigiano in Fiera. Now I'm gonna prove to y'all how easy it is by coming here and we're gonna find some vegan food. Let's go.
So this festival is a huge event that happens here in Milan that even people from out of town come in for, and it features areas that represent all the different regions of Italy, their foods, their crafts, and also they even feature some other countries from around the world. And although it is mostly food, there's a ton of other things you can find here.
People be doing the craziest to avoid eating lentils.
The event is so big, y'all, you need probably 2.5 full days to see everything. But since it's mostly traditional Italian food, you'd probably think it's pretty hard to find something vegan. But that's another big regret of mine, not realizing just how much food around me was already vegan. Take these little bread roll things called taralli. At a base, they're just salt, water, yeast, pepper, fennel, and olive oil, all plant-based ingredients.
All right, so we're gonna try this, which is called taralli all'assassina, because it's gonna kill you, because it's so spicy, right?
Right. So that
I'm only half nuts. Okay, this one's supposed to be even more spicy.
all'assassino al peperoncino.
I don't know, they're both pretty good. My mouth's kind of burning, so it's hard for me to make a decision. But they're both good.
And the truth is, remember, eating animal products to the extent that we do is a fairly new thing. Lots of food, anywhere you are, at a base is probably gonna have its roots predominantly in different plant-based ingredients. Lots of basic stuff is vegan. Yes, even this bread.
There's honestly so much to see and explore at this festival. I feel like I could have done a whole video and a half about it.
And would you look at that? I ran into a stall that was completely vegan, selling winter jackets of all things. I tried some on.
100% vegan jacket.
I wasn't expecting to make such a big purchase, so I held back from buying anything. So although finding the jacket was exciting, just when I thought I couldn't get any luckier, Lady Luck outdid herself again.
This is vegan. Tutto vegetale. Vegetale. So this place is cheese but made completely from almonds. Alright. It has that hard Parmesan taste. It really tastes like Parmesan.
But yeah, even my friend Samu was shook by how good the cheese was. But then I was getting hungry for something substantial and I already knew what I wanted. Normally focaccia is my go-to thing to grab because, at least in Milan, it's not great for vegan. You know, you can find focaccia everywhere. But today I was feeling an underrated Italian gem.
So we're gonna have something called farinata, which is a traditional Italian dish from Genova. Well, this version anyways. And it's made from chickpeas. It's naturally vegan. It's amazing. Enorme. Tutto questo per me?
Sì.
Damn, I ordered way too. Okay, that whole thing is for me. I'm definitely not gonna go hungry though. Who says vegans go hungry?
And the thing is, since farinata is made from chickpea flour, it's gonna have the benefits of chickpeas, like protein, fiber, and iron. Just add this to the long list of amazing food you can make from chickpeas. But yeah, as we kept going through the stands, there were a bunch of options. Lots that were clearly marked as vegan too. And I even got a slice of home. Except,
We're at the Texas section. They have a veggie burger. This is not accurate.
and one last thing before leaving the fair, I did end up going back to pick up that jacket, and I even got the chance to speak to the owner about them. He gave me a code for y'all to use if you want to get 10% off the store, Danish10. Check it out in the description below.
Raccontaci dei tuoi prodotti.
Sì, il prodotto Piumino è un marchio che nasce per rispondere alle esigenze, alle aspettative del pubblico, di persone sensibili tanto all'ambiente quanto anche al benessere animale. Infatti tutti i materiali arrivano da materiali riciclati, sono tessuti e fibre riciclate, sono assolutamente cruelty free per scelta dei titolari che hanno quel tipo di attenzione verso gli animali. Infatti appoggiamo molte associazioni no profit per il mondo animale e sono comunque contemporanei, belli, protettivi, performanti e hanno uno stile tipico del Made.
Certo. Fa caldissimo.
Fa caldissimo perché
Me lo toglio. Fa troppo caldo. All right, so there's another part of life. That sounds super deep, but it's not that deep. It really isn't that deep, but there's another part of life that I didn't really start enjoying or appreciating until I went vegan. And that's the next hack that's coming up. And it makes being vegan so much more fun, so much better. So yeah, I'm gonna take y'all to an example of that here in Milan. Put your vegan boots on, because it's about to get exciting. Yeah, just to hype up this hack a little bit more. This is also one of those examples where when you go vegan, you feel like it's gonna be limiting. But with this hack, it makes me feel completely the opposite. It makes me feel like there's so much more food I'm trying. I feel like it's expanded my palate and encouraged me to try a bunch of cool foods and has enriched my culinary experience. So if that ain't a sell, I don't know what is. It's just like random. This is called Corso Buenos Aires. It is a shopping area of Milan. Smell that? It smells like money. Okay, siamo arrivati. That means we arrived. I mean, you might as well learn some Italian while you're here, right? I feel like filming this part in the plant-based milk section was appropriate. So we're here in this grocery store, this specialty grocery store. It's called Naturasi. But yeah, the reality is stores like Naturasi, like these specialty health kind of stores, at least I found them in any major city I've ever been to. They're usually full of these kinds of products. If you're in the US, it's more gonna be something like a Whole Foods where it's already integrated into the main overall store. I really might get in Whole Foods is like a giant one of these. And you know, it might be a little bit more expensive, but I got tons of videos on how to save tons of money by buying vegan products, so that might give you a little bit more leeway, a little bit more budget to afford some of these cooler products and do a little bit more experimentation. Experimentation in the kitchen, of course. So for example, if you ever struggle to find something like seitan or tofu, which aren't like necessities by any means for a vegan diet, but if you want to get some of those, stores like these are a great place. Look, they got a ton. They got like tofu here. They got seitan al naturale. They got this one. They got so many different options. They got tempeh. They got this is chickpea tempeh. Di ceci means it's chickpea tempeh. They even got these seitan-looking sandwiches. We just call it food over here, okay? And so if you're ever interested in finding like typical products from your country that are vegan, stores like these are a great place to find them. Like here, you know, we got this vegan mozzarella. We have these different vegan meats. We got like the vegan Parmesan. We got vegan yogurt at these places. Oh damn, they got vegan cottage cheese. That's crazy. I gotta get this from my roommate. Anyone is like obsessed with protein right now, like animal-based protein. So I'm actually getting this cottage cheese. High protein, it is high protein. You can't save them all, you know.
The truth is, lots of people these days think you need 1 gram, even 2 grams of protein per pound of body weight, but that's not true. One meta-analysis looking at 49 studies across over 1,800 people found that after 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight, which is approximately 0.7 grams per pound, there was no additional benefit in muscle gain. So you can swap in some of those extremely high protein foods with foods that offer a little less protein, but still way more than enough to hit 1.6 grams per kilogram, but also offer an amazing nutrient like fiber. Legumes.
Of course, we're in Italy, so we got all kinds of pastas. You say you got all different like sizes, types. Like I always gotta say this, but remember, pasta is usually vegan. It's the exception that it has eggs, not the rule. I mean, it goes without saying, not all of these products are vegan. This isn't a 100% vegan store, but so many products are vegan. A place like this just expands all the different types of foods you could possibly eat, even if you're not vegan. Like the food here is so interesting, so cool. Oh, and also, Mike the Vegan posts one thing with vegan Nutella, and everyone's in the comments like, oh my god, vegan Nutella. Here's the real vegan Nutella. This is the OG. It's like a hazelnut and cocoa cream that's vegan. Putting in some chickpea syrup or whatever, putting a green cap on it, and then charging you more. Get out of here with that vegan Nutella. I almost tried to say the hack. So yeah, the hack is take advantage of these specialty stores around you. You're gonna find so many vegan products. You're gonna be surprised, you're gonna be shocked. Your friends are gonna be shocked. You're gonna be the envy of everybody around you. The products around here are pretty cool, right? Right? But yeah, that's what I'm saying, y'all. Stores like those are game changers when it comes to eating a vegan diet. Not that you need them. You don't need them. You don't need them. But if you got them, you're in for a good time. All right, so even though, like I said, Milan happens to be one of the worst cities, at least here in Europe, that I've ever been to for vegan, you can still do this next hack in a place like this, and I would argue that makes it even more important to master. So let's check it out. So there's nothing worse than you're walking around on a day out and about, and you get hungry, and obviously you're vegan, so you have nothing to eat, and you're You need to have at least one, hopefully more, go-to vegan options around you. And you might think, but Danish, I don't have that. Yes, you do. Let me show you what I mean. Playing the non-vegan anthem. All right, right, so we just arrived at this pizza place. No vegan options, right? Doesn't look like anything? Not true. There's actually, I already spot at least 1, 2, maybe 3 pizza options. They all look really good, so it's in the bag. And the thing is, none of these are marked. But because I've lived here, I know what's vegan and what isn't. So that's why it's so important to know. Wow, grazie. Sembra buona. Buonissima, grazie. €2, by the way. All right, so here they put potato on pizza. Potato on pizza, but it's super good. I always love getting this. So good. This is like a normal thing that people get here, so good. Buon appetito.
All right, so I'm not gonna lie to y'all. One of the worst parts about being vegan are the social situations, but they don't have to suck. The truth is, there's so many good vegan restaurants nowadays, and I know you're thinking, my friends don't want to go to a vegan restaurant. The thing is, going to a vegan restaurant is not a compromise.
And I'm gonna prove it right now, because tonight we're having dinner at this place called Lean Fa here in Milan, and I'm bringing a non-vegan, and we're gonna get their reaction. Ooh, this place looking fancy. All right, Matteo, you ready?
Born ready.
They're gonna love you in the comments.
The menu looked so good. I wanted to order everything, but to start, we stuck with the classic Milanese starter, sushi.
All right, Matteo, so how was the sushi?
Oh my god, so good. Amazing.
Sweet, thanks.
Thank you very much.
Wow, 24 karat gold. Get Bruno Mars up in here.
Hey, you can eat it as well.
How do you eat risotto?
With your hands.
I'm going straight for the gold.
Of course.
And since risotto is actually Milanese, wanted to see what the real Milanese man thought of a new version.
Very, very good.
Was it a normal risotto?
It wasn't, no. Had a lot more taste, or stronger taste than risottos usually have, because of the vinegar. Very interesting.
Then we got this braciotto, which is basically like a super soft meat.
It smells exactly like brasato.
What does that mean for us foreigners?
Meat. I actually don't know.
And the texture was amazing, but I'm sorry to report, flavor was a little bland. But we ended on a bang with this insane chocolate dessert.
All right, Matteo, what did you think of it?
I really like the risotto. I really like the sushi.
Yeah.
The brasato was so-and-so, but the texture was good.
Yeah.
Oh, and the dessert, amazing.
The truth is, I was always scared of inviting my friends to a vegan place because I just didn't want to be that guy, didn't want to inconvenience them. But I regret that because, first of all, bruh, I am their vegan friend. Who the hell else is gonna take them to the vegan restaurant? And 2, in nearly every case, they've loved the food. Even if you don't have a fully vegan restaurant around, many places these days either have vegan options or can make something vegan for you, so you can still go out and enjoy a nice meal with your friends like you used to. So if you follow these hacks, they'll make eating a plant-based diet a million times easier. However, you'll realize I only touched briefly on getting enough protein, which you might have thought is the hardest part about being vegan. Well, the truth is that can also be incredibly easy. And in this video, I go over the laziest way to get a ton of protein every day so that it's never something you have to worry about again.